So how are you operating these? Are there any hacks that you can share with the listeners? You have multiple other business facets going. So usually when you want something done, you give it to the busy guy. How does your team, like, what sets you apart? What are some nuggets or pearls you can share with the listeners?
I mean, the Airbnb business is simple, which is helpful, right? You just, once you set up all the automations through the app, and we also are listed on VRBO and booking.com, and run everything through a different piece of software. So it all communicates with each other. So a lot of that is automated, and we just have to keep an eye out for, messages that come in that are weird questions or things that aren't already being shared. So we have a team who's there to respond, basically 24 hours. But I still get messages. So if I want to respond quicker or I happen to have a second, I could do it. So it is a bit like we're not, I guess, like the best way to think of it is like we're a mom and pop operation, right? So it's not like, oh, that's not my job. It's let's chip in and work together to make this happen. So that's not necessarily, what you want to do if you're doing 20 of these, because then it becomes overwhelming. And then the logical next step is to start building out your team a little bit more. But we basically just have a couple people on standby to handle all those issues. And they also communicate with our cleaner. And then we have a backup cleaner, which is something that we learned is really necessary, because you never know, what's going to happen. And our cleaner actually did end up going to the hospital, but couldn't communicate that to us, and we didn't know. And so we had to kind of scramble, and we were fortunate to be able to figure it out. But that was a great lesson. But yeah, just because we just have these two in Rosersford right now, it's very simple because they're also in the same building. We have a supply closet that works the same for both. So it's really simple. And our cleaner has also been taking care of replenishing our supplies and all that. So it doesn't require any extra effort from our side.
Nice. And I think it was about 4 years ago where I first really saw the short-term rental space at scale. And I was really impressed with the automation. Like right now, somebody moves out of a rent well property. It is not automatically, boom, send this cleaner and do that. And it's like, okay, somebody moved out. Let's just go see if they actually did.
Yes.
Let's start there in a 12-month lease. Okay. And they've been there for 5 years. We're not sure. Did they move out? And now, if you're a good property manager, you're already in there every 3 months. That's what I recommend on 12-month rentals. Just go through there every 3 months. The number one thing people ask is, what are you doing? Like, there's the dog fighting ring in the basement. Well, there shouldn't be one for any more than 3 months because you got to be in there.
Yeah.
So the automation, I mean, it's capturing loud noises that could be saying that there's parties, certainly the door locks and any security, the instructions once in the apartment. So what I just want to say, like, it's cool to see how the folks basically hacking the short-term rental space. There's a lot that can be applied to the 12-month rental space.
Oh yeah.
That it's very innovative.